Welcome into Collect TV. We're joined today by a longtime friend of the show, Keegan Hall, a repeat guest here. And Keegan's an artist out in Seattle. We are talking to Keegan today about a really exciting project that he's just worked on with Topps that is being released right now in Topps 2025 Baseball Update, and collectors out there are going to be able to chase his artwork. And so Keegan, welcome into the show. We're excited to talk to you about this.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Glad to be back here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so why don't you start by telling us, it's been you as a kid were a card collector and opening packs, and probably had a dream of one day seeing your artwork, being opened by collectors and being in packs. So how does that feel for you to see this come to fruition?
Yeah, I mean, it's been surreal just seeing, watching social media, see people pull my cards out and be excited because, yeah, I remember those days. And I still remember those days because I still like collecting. But as a kid, um, I would even get a table. I'd buy a table at my local card show at the mall and try to sell my like $2 cards, right? And I remember just staying up the night before, getting the stickers and putting it on my hard case, writing like $2 for this one, three for that. So no, I've just loved collecting, and even back then there was art related cards that were released across some of these different sets. So I always enjoyed the artwork back then too, but yeah, collecting's always been a part of me, and it's yeah, I can't even really believe it on some level to see people just excited and the reception that people are like, wow, this is a really cool idea, the concept, the execution, like these are just beautiful cards. It's like, man, it just makes you feel wonderful. So yeah, it's been great.
So let's talk a little bit specifically about what collectors are going to be able to chase as they're opening up these packs. So it's 10 players, and there are four different stages of the card that they're going to be able to chase for each. It's a 25% completion of the drawing, halfway, three quarters, and then the full completed drawing. I think what's so incredibly cool about that, Keegan, is, and I marvel at your time lapse videos you put out of what you can do with the pencil and how it comes together. And in a way, this is like kind of capturing that time lapse spirit of, well, here's what Shohei Ohtani looked like when it was 25% completed, when it was half completed, three quarters. And so it also gives collectors a really cool parallel to try to collect, all four for each player. So how'd you come up with that idea, and how is that so representative of your process?
Yeah, ironically, this concept is very much me in terms of how I present my art in general, because I love to take people inside that creation process. So, on social media, I'll post that very early, ugly sketch, then like kind of step two, three, four, five, all the way to completion. So I do that anyways. I've been doing that for years. So it's been cool to see that kind of translate into the cards. And in fact, originally we were going to do five cards of each player. But the very first card was that very rough sketch. And it was probably a little too messy to translate into a card that people would get excited about. So we ended up moving that one off the table. But yeah, so it's very reflective of me. And I think we were just, I've been curious. I know Topps is also very curious to see how collectors would react to this, because I don't think anything like this has been done. Like, would someone enjoy pulling a card that's, half complete or 25 or 75%? Like, and then putting the set together, is that something that would be wanted and enjoyed? And so far, the feedback has been yes. So it's been cool to see it actually being embraced.
Well, I have to tell you, your definition of rough and beginning is much different than mine, because I'm looking at some of these 25 percenters, and they look pretty damn cool to me. So tell me, picking the players, 10 players, you've got Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, the guys who were just named MVP. You've got Bryce Harper, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., you've got Julio Rodriguez, and you've got some up and coming guys, James Woods in here. Were you able to pick the players yourself? Did Topps collaborate with you on that? And then tell me also about the poses that you pick for each of the players. What's your process there?
Yeah, so I picked most of the players, and of course, whenever you do a project like this, you need some lead time, right? So, from my work takes a while to do, anyways. So each of these pieces is probably 30 to 40 hours each. So I needed like months to do that, and then the lead time for production. So we picked these players quite a while back. So if I were to do it again, I'd definitely include like, Cal Raleigh. He wasn't
Yeah,
quite
as a Mariners fan,
exploding
I was
like
going
he
to ask
did.
you. There's a conspicuous big dumper missing here.
Yeah, yeah, he's a no-brainer now, right?
Yes.
Now that, but yeah, so I got to pick most of the players. Obviously, I wanted a mix of a variety of players, and then Topps also had some guys they wanted to include. James Wood, of course, is one of them, and a couple of the rookie cards that they thought would make really good, additions to the collection. So yeah, they had a couple. Dylan Cruz was the other one. So they wanted to make sure a couple of those guys were in there. And then from the poses, for me, I wanted each one to kind of capture the player in a unique way and make each card a little bit different. And if I can, maybe capture their personality at the same time. So, the Julio card, he's got the trident, right? It's that love for the game. It's whether it's Otani and Judge, they're smashing home runs. That's what they're known for. So very that kind of pulled back scene where it's like the full body pose. They're looking up, watching that ball sail out of the park. And then the other side is like that emotion of the game. So I try to capture that in general because for me as a sports fan who also is an artist, like that emotional connection between the viewer and the art is so important. So like Guerrero, when he hits a home run and he gives you the shush, or Lindor, like that, just that scream of like that making that play. I wanted each kind of player and card to have a different feeling to it.
Mhm. So there's a couple different ways that collectors can get their hands on these. One is the most obvious is chasing them, through the Topps update release. But you're also selling prints of each of them on your site, keeganhall.com. So looking for a holiday gift out there for a baseball fan in your life, there's probably something there. And then you're also offering, a contest where one person's going to get to come out to Seattle, and then you're going to sell these one of one cards. So tell us a little bit about what's coming, and then people can obviously find the prints on your site as well.
Yeah, so I probably the big announcement I guess would be the contest. So
Mm-hmm.
it's totally free to enter. You just, go to my website, keeganhall.com, and enter. It's totally free. But I just wanted to do something fun to, showcase, I guess, my home city, which is Seattle. And I just came up with this idea called, my city, or my cards, my city. So my cards came out and I want to showcase my city. And the winner gets airfare for two. I'm gonna wherever you're at in the country, I'm gonna fly you out from your home airport to Seattle. You're gonna stay at one of the most amazing hotels in Seattle, the Edgewater, right down on the waterfront, downtown Seattle. It's got an amazing history if you don't know it with the rock and roll, and it's absurd. But so super nice hotel. Of course, it wouldn't be Seattle without the Space Needle. So we put together a VIP dinner there up at the Needle. And of course, baseball, we're doing baseball cards, you got to go to a Mariners game. So we got some tickets for the Mariners game. We're going to show up there and watch the Mariners win a ball game. So I think it's going to be a fun experience for whoever wins it. And yeah, totally free.
Oh, that sounds like an incredible contest, and good luck to everybody out there who's entering that. And then the one of one cards, you're also going to make those available for people to buy as well at auction, correct?
Yeah, so on the auction side, this is something new for me that I've never really done. So there's going to be I guess, two product lines that'll be auctioned off. The first is the cards themselves. So I know a lot of people are trying to chase the cards, put together their own sets, and I want to do something a little bit different. So I actually had a set, and I signed each of them, and they're going to be one of one. So they're the only ones that I've signed and I'm going to be auctioning them off individually. So all 40 cards will be signed as a one of one. You can get all of them, one of them, whatever you want. So that'll be available soon on eBay. And then the other thing, the other auction that I've never done is auctioning my original artwork. So typically my stuff is commissioned in advance and there's a wait list and it goes for a high price point, and I've never done an auction where I just start it low and see what happens. So it's scary and exciting at the same time. But it's a really cool, I think, kind of complete package from the cards, being able to see it come together, being able to maybe get a one of one of the card, and then of course the Holy Grail is owning that original pencil on paper drawing.
Well, that all sounds amazing. I'm sure there's a lot of collectors out there that are going to want to chase that for their favorite players. Keegan, congrats. I'm sure living that dream of getting your stuff into Topps packs is incredible for you. Appreciate you taking the time to talk about it. And again, for collectors out there, keeganhall.com is where you can find the prints, is where you can enter the contest. And Topps 2025 update series is where you can try to chase some of those parallels. So Keegan, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Kevin.